You.
Good morning. Let's give you the controls, and we're excited to hear what you've got to tell us.
Fantastic. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you doing the intro. And excited to be with all of you this morning on Monday. We're going to get into some great content here. And I've got some things I've been thinking about I wanted to share with you guys that I think can help you take your business to the next level. So stoked that you're here. You know, I see a lot of numbers and a few names. So Audrey and Brett, Brianna and Cameron, Carmen and Dal and Don, and Dan and Daniel and Danny and Deslin and Jamila and Eric, Jordan, Joshua, Kenny, Kevin, Kyler, Lonnie and Finau, Leo, Melissa, Michael, Michelle, Natalie, Richard, Ronnie, and Carrie. I'm glad that you guys are all on. It's a fantastic Monday here in Salt Lake City where I'm at. It's the seasons are changing, and you know, there's snow in the mountains. It's gotten cold again, and it's interesting how when these changes happen in seasons around me, it makes me think of the seasons in my business and the season that I'm coming into and the season that all of you are coming into in your Renata's business. So it's something I want to talk to you about around planning for what's next in your business. So because there's, you know, over 45 of us, almost 50 of us on the line, I can't ask each of you individually where you're at in your business, but there are different phases of a Renata's business, right? There is the phase of the business that starts out with just your own direct personal production, and that's about all that you have the ability to do. You know, we have the saying in Renata's that with our compensation plan, one of the hardest things to do is to become 5-star qualified in this business. But one of the best things about our compensation plan is that everyone must become 5-star qualified. So if you're in that stage of your business, what I want to give you is the analogy of a man pushing, or a woman pushing, a rock up a mountain. Many of you guys have seen me talk about this, but it's worth illustrating again because it is a really powerful point. So let's just imagine this is your mountain, and this is your boulder. And maybe for you, just like I said, this is the 5-star qualification that you're working on. And you're pushing this boulder as hard as you can up this hill, right? And the thing about this mode of business here, you guys, this 5-star qualified mode of business, is that it is a slog. There is an amazing amount of work that you need to do that will help to build your skills, that will create the experience and the environment that allows you to be trained. And that is what this whole 5-star qualification part of our business is about, is training. It's about learning the 4 basic money-making activities, developing your skills around those activities. And you know, you guys know these, but repetition is the mother of all learning. So, you know, 5-star qualified is understanding how do I begin to get leads, and what are some free ways for me to get leads, and what are some ways that I can pay for leads, and how much time do I have to spend on those? Well, there's many different ways out there. We have systems and processes and information that can help you understand over 130 ways to generate leads, and many of those are free. I like the free ones when you're in this part of the business because many times you're just getting your small business off the ground. What I do now in the business that I run here, that's a multiple 6-figure business, is I take at least 10% of that and I reinvest it in marketing. And that gives me my marketing budget. But many times when you're just starting out, you don't have a marketing budget and you're just scrapping and you're learning. And so the free ads, really, I find the best ones are to use social media, to show up to events, you know, meetups, networking groups, things like that. But social media is probably the biggest one. using what your already connected network and who they know, events that you have available to you. And then, there's some other ways that you can go out there and get free stuff too, free leads, sorry, LinkedIn. But those kind of fall in the free categories. The paid categories, low entry is you can do signs, you can look at Craigslist ads, you can do KSL here in Utah. You can buy leads from Indeed. You can do lots of different flyers, drop cards, things like that. And these are all time intensive. But what I find for myself and for my 5-star qualifying IMAs is in their already existing sphere of influence, if they reach out and begin to let people know what they're learning, right? Using the I just learned concept. That's the best phrase you could use at this point in your business. I just learned about tax savings. I just learned about velocity banking. I just learned, I was just at a house tour Saturday and saw somebody purchase this house with no money out of their pocket, and they're going to make $53,000. You should come and check out this next one. And you just keep it real casual. But this 5-star process, it's hard, you guys. And this is the method. This is what I want to encourage you in, is life is either easy and then hard, or it's hard and then easy. You get to choose. Now, I'm telling you right now, for almost 10,000 baby boomers every single day, life is getting hard because they have chosen the safe path of the least resistance to go to work for the last 40 to 50 years and save up some money. And many of them, over 97% of them are finding they don't have enough to retire on. And that's a problem. And the reason I'm telling you guys this is that you already know it as entrepreneurs. It's a hard path. It's a path that's not traveled on by very many people. But you're on this path, and you're not on it alone. And there is a very clear place to go, right? And so if you're pushing this boulder up, maybe this one here is your first deal, right? You've got to keep pushing on this boulder until it goes over the hill. You can't stop, all right? Because if you stop pushing like right here, then that boulder is not only going to go back to the bottom of the hill, it's going to go back farther than when you started, because discouragement can kick in, and being rejected is hard. It's a part of life. And, running this business is not easy, and it's not designed to be easy. Bob Snyder raised the threshold of the bar of what this business would be for a reason. One of the reasons why mostly here at Elevate, we talk about our full $20,000 product is that is not an easy bar for people. It's not an easy bar of entry. We want individuals that are committed to their success, that are going to engage in our system fully, and not just fall off 2 weeks down the road or 3 weeks down the road because they don't want to make the time to create the success in their life. So we expect a lot from you guys, and you need to expect a lot from yourself. If you're on this mastermind here this morning, I'm singing to the choir, right? You are the people that are showing up for your business and for yourselves. And many times it is just about showing up, right? Like, you just got to show up and not stop showing up and continue to push forward, even if you find yourself discouraged in that 5-star process. Now, there is the next season and then the next phase of your business after becoming 5-star qualified. And it is learning how to build a team, right? Learning how to build a team and maintain production is an interesting dance around keeping your own personal production up. And the number one thing that I want to encourage you to do when you become 5-star qualified is don't get distracted. The best way to lead your team is from the front. I'll say it again because it's worth repeating. You cannot push a rope from the back. You have to pull it. And if you're 5-star qualified, you must continue to show the way and go the way as a leader, not just tell people about what the way is. And that's what defines a leader, is they're out in front. People are following them. And so if you're building a team, you're 5-star qualified, you're a leader in this business, continue to lead by example. Continue to show up to the events, have guests at the events, do the find the people, tell the story, build for events, and follow up. And then allow and invite your new team members to participate in those skills with you. Do calls with them, help them lead generate, help them to understand the conversations that lead to a close, and teach them about overcoming the objections of time, money, fear, and knowledge. That's what you do when you step into being a team builder in this business, right? And there's more, intricate phases around the business. You can easily slip into something we call management mode. I've been guilty of this myself many times, actually, in this business, where I get overwhelmed with just managing people rather than doing what I do best, which is to create the experience and the impression, and then help people make a decision to get started with us. That's what I do best. And so, sometimes these masterminds for me are really cathartic, because they help me process where I'm at. And as I was thinking about what I wanted to talk to you guys about this morning, I wanted to talk to you about the phases and seasons of your business, and how to drill down and stay focused on the season that you're in. So the first season is to get 5-star qualified. Do that as fast as you possibly can. Push those people through the system and the funnel that is built for you and work. Don't question the system. Just use it, because it works. It's not does it work, it's does I work, right? So get some bodies, some living, breathing, fog and mirror, butts and seats, cheeks and seats. Get them in the room and move them through the system and get 5-star qualified. And then when you are 5-star qualified, you can start tweaking with it. A person that comes to mind who's on the line is Lonnie Nakta. She worked with Michael and I, and she worked with myself, and Michael's my mentor, as you guys know. And she learned how to run the business with our system. And then she developed a lot of her own systems. And one of the reasons that Lonnie's made well over $100,000 this year in 2017 is because she has implemented her own, style into what she's doing. She was doing webinars with family members and friends, and making offers of, if you're able to sign up with me, here's a bonus to you. And she created some of her own systems. So get past 5-star qualified as quickly as possible. Do not stop pushing. If you stop pushing, that boulder will run you over. The amazing thing about when you are past the 5-star mark is that boulder will pick up people as it goes along, right? I now have almost 500 people on my team, and a lot of those people I haven't met yet. Now, I reach out to them and I say, welcome to the team. I'm glad that you're part of my organization, and I know that you signed up with this person. I'm excited to help you in your journey of the business in any way that I can. I want you to know that I do benefit from your success, and I'm excited to work with you. But that's the amazing thing about this business system, you guys, is you have, the direct production. I've talked about this before, but you've got the ability to make a sale and directly make, between $1,000 and $10,000, right? That's amazing. Then you have what we call the certifying sales, and this is the team production. This is where the billions are in the buckets, right? And these certifying sales are between $500 and $9,500 each as they roll up to you, and they're bringing team members with them, okay? And that is another distinct stream of income. What wealthy and people that have built massive amounts of wealth do is they find a product or a service, and they find ways to help that make them money multiple ways, right? I mean, if you look at Apple, Apple was a computer company, and they developed a device, and from that device they started iTunes, and then they started subscriptions. And you look at how many different ways Apple has made their products pay them, and that's what we do here at Renatus. There's the direct sale, there's the certifying sales, there is the overrides available to you 3 levels down that are phenomenal. They're between $100 and $1,000 per overriding sale. And then from there, you have the opportunity to start a market, to host events, to be able to charge for those events, and to be able to run a business. Now, let me tell you a secret. That's not where you're going to make money, okay? But just know you can host events, and they can be charged for. I don't make money on the events. I spend it, but I create an environment for you all to succeed, and it's worth it. Number 5, though, is you can become a PAC member. And as a PAC member, you get a 5% override of the entire nation's sales divided by your own personal production and your team production. And then if you look at what this product produces, it is the ability to do short-term real estate investment and long-term real estate investment. And so there's 7 streams of income available to you in this Renata system. The fastest one, I'm just going to tell you, the way this is designed is the fastest way to money is right here, right? It's these 2 right here. This is the fastest way to money, and this should be where most of your focus is as you're building cash flow in your life. You know, we talk about cash flow being the key to reducing your debt and building your wealth, and Renatus provides the ability for you to build a cash flowing business right from the get-go without having to know a whole lot, because you just plug into a system that works, that's proven, that hundreds of people have succeeded in, that you can show those people their stories, their Facebook posts, and you can, you know, introduce them to your guests at the events, and then you collect on their decisions, and you allow your 5-star enroller to help you learn that process, and that's the 5-star qualifying process. And then as a team builder, you just duplicate. Write this down. It doesn't matter what works, it only matters what duplicates. It doesn't matter what works, it only matters what duplicates. So, you know, what duplicates in your life right now? What is duplicatable? Many of the things that you see us do here in Elevate are systems that we put in place that so we can duplicate ourselves. You know, these masterminds are a good example of that. I do one of these a week, but there's 4 that take place, right? Every morning. They're for you guys to learn from, you know, not just me, but from individuals on the ground doing these things and having success. So the last thing I want to focus on and help you to have a visual around is, how do you overcome objections? Because you're going to face them, right? You're going to face constant objections every day that you are engaged in this business. People are going to give you objections that center around, you know, I don't have the money, or this is a lot of money you're asking from me. And that's probably the biggest objection. Even if you unpack it for a little bit, people, by the time you get to the real nuts and bolts of it, they're holding onto their money tightly. They don't see, you know, I sat down with a couple the other day, and I mean, really, really difficult financial place. They had good credit, but they are strapped to the hilt, and he's working 80 hours a week. And they said, we don't think that we can do this because we don't want to get in any more debt. And I said, with all this debt that you have, if you don't do something different, you're going to be facing bankruptcy. If you have any kind of like, if he misses a day of work, you start missing payments and you're going down. So while you've got good credit, let's leverage it. Let's get you some breathing room. Let's apply velocity banking, and let's get you out of this. And they're thinking about it. And I'm like, okay, well, I hope that nothing bad happens in that meantime. But they're hanging on to their money rather than, you know, pursuing their dreams. So time is another thing. Time is a huge one. I'm just so busy. We're all busy. Everyone's busy. You'll never find the time. You've got to make the time. Then people just say, I just don't know what to do, right? I don't, you know, you are a general contractor. You know how to flip houses. You've been doing this. And I invite them to experience the knowledge that I have and the knowledge that we have as a group. And then fear, you know, and no one will come out and just say that. No one will say, you know, I'm just scared to do it. But you got to say, look, you're going to be able to follow me and other individuals that have succeeded in this. And you got to be confident in that. So the only way that you overcome, like if you look at all of these obstacles and here you are and you're looking at them and they're really big, and your dream, my friends, your dream is, I want to pay off my house, and you can't see the dream, right? I want to buy 10 homes paid for free and clear. And as all, you've got to help your prospects, and you yourself have to grow your dream big enough that they can see over it. They can see over these obstacles. And you've got to learn the basic closing questions that will help them do that. Look, if I could help you be fully retired within the next 5 years, would that be something that would help you make a decision today? On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being ready to get started right now, where are you at? I've used this all the time where people say, well, I'll try and come. I say, you know what? You know what Yoda says about trying? There is no try, only do. Write that one down. Write that one down right now. Yoda says there is no try, only do. So we'll see you there on Thursday, right? And so you learn to overcome the objections. But the way you overcome your own objections about your own inferiority and your own lack of production is you got to get these dreams big. You got to get them big, and you got to get them visual where you can see them and where you can overcome the obstacles that you are putting in your own path. And you'll do it. You'll do fantastic. Grow those dreams. Put them where you can see them. Write them down. Put a dream board on your wall. Read Think and Grow Rich. Read it. Again, it's a phenomenal book. It needs to be read every year. Think and Grow Rich, because it's really that simple. If you think it, you can do it, and you will see the change in your life. So hopefully that was helpful for you guys around the seasons of your business and where you're at, what you need to do, some specific things, but also more of just how to frame the environment that you're in. I'm going to leave you with this. You have the ability to create your experience in this company. And you have the ability to create the experience for every person that you work for. So make it a good experience. Make it a positive one. Make it one that is full of hope. Make it an experience that is worth working for, right? It is work, and it is hard, but it is worth it. And you're well on your way. I'm excited to work with all of you guys, and have a fantastic week as you go about your businesses and your life. Overcome the objections by growing your dreams, and go out and crush it this week, you guys. Have a good one. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you later.